is a very, very serious disability, actually. We haven't thought of it. Then we have our grandparents, or perhaps some of you have great-grandparents even. They have difficulty moving. We don't usually say that they are disabled, we say they are old. So is old age a disability? Yes, somebody said yes. Okay, explain please. I heard yes from somebody who said yes. On that side? No. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah, please. Is it a disability or is it not? Yes, please.
So I feel it is a disability.
Yeah.
So I feel it is a disability because old people, they have to be dependent on others for a lot of things. So like broadly, I think that is a major disability.
That's an interesting and fine comment. It's not the only answer, not the only comment, but it is a fine and interesting comment. You heard what the lady said? They depend, they have to get help, that's what you said. And in that way they are disabled. Yes, please.
I think that, yeah, I do agree that it can be looked on as a disability because it disturbs optimal functioning. I mean, it's hard to function at our best as we get older. It becomes harder, so it can be looked on as a disability.
For me, who is already older, you have a nice photo. Very nice answer. You heard that? It is a subjective experience. Some people may have the same condition, but one would experience himself first as a disabled, the other one is not. That's an interesting comment.
I don't think dependence is equivalent to disability.
Oh, wow. Now comes the real challenging things. She says that she doesn't think that dependency is equal to disability. That's what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because then again, little children are dependent on their parents as well. You can't call this disability, it's just a stage in their life.
Well, thank you very much. Please make a note of these nice comments. We don't need to make the next test fit. No, it's a very fine and valid comment. Thank you. All of these comments are very fine and interesting and sheds light on the question of disability. I would say that old age people, yes, they have some disabilities. They do. But in what way they react to those disabilities, that may differ. Some people will lay down in the bed and wait for dying. I die, within a couple of years I will die anyway, so why get up? Not worth it. Another person works like anything. I only have a few more years, now I will do that what I have been waiting to do all these years. That's the opposite. That is what Dr. Rao is showing. Not a few more years, but she's working harder and harder the elder she gets. And she's a good example for me. So, what the Nordic countries had, and as was said in the introduction, was that there was a tradition of equality in Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland. And my idea was that this paper you have is a kind of mind map. So I will not collect it to look at it. I would like you to look at it, and nobody will collect it. It's for you. But at each and every pair of opposites, learn and unlearn, I would like you to write down what fits in between the lines, what you find fits in between the lines in this lecture. So, equality and inequality. In Sweden, yes, we had a long tradition of centuries. There was not so very big difference between different groups in society. Most were farmers. Most were farmers, just like in India. I think that in India still the majority of people are farmers.
Yes.
Correct. In Sweden, not more than 4% of the population are farmers. 4%. So we have to import most of our food, and that's what the 4% produce. That is produced with artificial means, you know, such as artificial fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, a lot of machinery, and in the worst case, gene modification, just to get bigger crops, because fewer people are working with it, so they have to be bigger crops and they have also got to make bigger profits. Otherwise, they will be competed out of business from the next office where they have ISIS or they have some other computer company which attracts the young farmers to work in technical skills instead. So as you must have heard, the World Health Organization estimates that 10% of the world's population are disabled, but actually there are newer figures which are even bigger, counting the elderly people also in that big figure, and the elderly population is growing. Then you can say with a, let's say, correct answer, it is growing statistically. The number of old people is in proportion to the rest of the population growing higher and higher. Why is that so? There is a very simple mathematical explanation to that. Come on, please. I know you're not mathematicians or statisticians, but statistics must be part of psychology, I'm sure. You must, it's a very boring part of it, but still, it's good. It's useful, it's useful. So why is it that the aging population is increasing? A very simple answer to that. You have already given a good answer, so somebody else who hasn't given a good answer yet. There is a correct answer to this one. Well? Yes, please. Yes, please. Evidently, right? That is not university level, that is not class university, come on, that you knew already at secondary school level. But still, it's practical to know it and practical to remember it, because that's a fact in all countries, in India, in China, in Japan, and in Sweden. So I would like to promote, that is, I have got this kind of mission. I've got some kind of conviction that I would like to promote a society for all, rather than promote a society which is being more and more divided, just like a bad, not a mosaic. The mosaic can still be fine, but fractions, all groups fighting each other and growing inequalities. You know,